Lucifer's.
I'm a dancing demon, watch me whirl and up and spin. I'm glad to give a smile, but I won't forget my sin.
Baby, yeah boy, you crazy. Cowboy, you catch a...
All right, gentlemen, I want you to repeat after me, just so I do it.
Hey YouTube, here. It's Skardar Spider here. Yeah, I don't know what my own YouTube name is. So anyway, I just saw recently the third final season of a series of Fortune events. So I'm gonna tell you the whole thing about this. So remember I reviewed that I reviewed the review of it, and now I'm doing the actual review. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be like a minute or so, for some chances. So anyway, so I saw a series of Fortune events on Netflix recently, and I just finished the final chapter of all things. So what let me tell you about this show. Well, apparently, I actually loved it. So I love every single one of it, though. Like, here goes. Here's episode 1. It's called Slippery Slopes. So it has a recap saying that Violet Baudelaire and Klaus Baudelaire were surviving the cliff right after Count Olaf took off the wheel off its hinges. So actually, the kids are smart though. They actually did everything. So basically, I did not actually saw the whole movie of it. No, the whole TV show of it. It was kind of good. It was kind of great in some chances. You know what I'm saying? That because I love the show. I really do. Please Netflix, plan doing season 4 if you want to. That's really good for you. So anyway, so first episode was Slippery Slopes. Well, what I think of it, it was kind of a hit and miss, you know. Like, it does start off with a recap saying that Count Olaf was chasing after those kids and get out of fortune. But I cannot tell you the end of it, so. And then, actually, it does reveal that Count Olaf, I'm sorry to spoil this for you, that Count Olaf has two mentors to them. They're like parents, but they're mentors. So don't confuse them with me, with the mentors and parents. So Count Olaf was made to the top of the mountain and see if theirs was a fortune to them. But actually take the wrong turn because I'm not even sure what happened to them. So anyway, yeah. So Count Olaf was like was a bit more like a villain than an actual character. Like, he plays a villain, but more like a cheerful kind of. Like, he did actually have a real different, seriously, business to do with the orphans. So actually, that Klaus and Violet escaped from the cliff. That happened in the season 2 final. In season 2 final, it catch up all the season right now. And then like they climb all the way, like not really. They're running, they're walking, they walk up the mountains and see something got captured. You see it by season 2, and actually, it actually happened. No seriously, it's actually happened inside the TV show. No lie. So it's really that obvious that Sonny was becoming like Violet. He was about to get smart to the head. And then suddenly, though, it was kind of good, most actually. I do love, like, how they actually have characters with it. So actually, though, Count Olaf was a kind of like my favorite topic was all about Count Olaf. So Count Olaf in season 1, he was kind of a villain. Season 2, he was kind of like a head villain. In season 3, it was like a cliche kind of villain. First he was evil, and then he kind of get cool for a sudden. Like I don't want him to get I don't want him to get like so evil most of the time. But some writers did it and wanted to make want him to like make sense with everything with nothing. So anyway, so yeah, Kylo was kind of a well at the first season one, he was kind of a clever villain who wanted to get Violet and Klaus and Sunny to be their fortune. But at the beginning of season one, it was kind of good. At the end of it, it wasn't that kind of good most of the time. So basically, I didn't whatsoever. So at season three, I thought it was like the end of it. So next to it, season four. Sorry, and it really doesn't have much morals to it. Well, in Slippery Slopes, it had a moral saying, like, why did Count Olaf like capture Sunny because of fortune? That's why. As you may know, they follow every season of it that Count Olaf want to have fortunes. So basically, it does have different morals to it. It really does. So yeah, to me though, I thought it was kind of a hit and miss to me though. You know why? Because it would have a hit and miss to it, like suddenly has hit and miss throughout the whole series. And then actually, it does really have some different ideas to it. Like at the beginning, though, it had a recap as what happened to second series, the final one. Because you may know, you guys are watching right now, it has a recap most of the time because it tells you what happened next. So after that, they survive because they find out the way to stop that I don't know what they call it in the clown in a carnival otherwise. But suddenly though, they stopped it, and then they actually have nothing to do with it. So fortunately though, they actually have a plan. So they build it up, they stop it, and actually come up to save Sunny off the cop Olaf. But Sunny though, the hook guy named Hooky, or you might know him as some kind of character, actually talked to Sunny throughout the whole scenes. And Sunny was really that amazed by it. Like to me, I was like, wow, really? And like Sunny though, the Sunny was like kind of kind of cute most of the time. Like Sunny, I don't know what happened to it. Like Sunny first, he was a baby, and now he was growing up to be like Violet, because of course they do. And then Sunny though, that the guy with the hook trying to save Sunny from Count Olaf, who was being mean or being like rude to the baby, to Sunny. Sorry, and I do like how they actually have like a big thing about this. I really do. But Sunny though, the guys watching the series by now, that Count Olaf wants Sunny to be the fortune, while the parents want give him the fortune. But unfortunately, the parents died in a fire. So why did Count Olaf want them as a fortune? Don't please comment below what you're saying about this. So anyway, so that was the end of part one. And part two, it was kind of good because it does have different morals to it. Like, why did Sunny captured by Count Olaf and the henchmen? And it does make sense most of the time. So anyway, part two of season so was the same thing as part one, but with twist ending that Count Olaf's mentors were there, and actually talked about how big Count Olaf is. And Sunny though, to me, I thought Count Olaf was kind of a same old villain than the actual movie was. So basically, I am just surprised how Count Olaf changed his expression while his mentors or his parents um, actually came in. And to me, I thought it was kind of a sorry. So I kind of so I thought it was kind of you know, kind of a difference between them most of the time, and saying what the heck, whatever. So anyway, but the surprise is that um, that the Carmelia is back. Thank God, because he was in the episode called school prep this from the school, and then suddenly though that she was part of camping now, but in the second season she was in school most of the time, but now she's stuck to camping. That was a whole different plot around it. So she'd be the queen of, I don't know what the name the whole mountain is, but actually it was. So currently it was kind of kind of a big cake sniffer. Sorry about to say it. So actually it did have a bit more sense to her because I know she was kind of villain most of the time in the second season, the beginning of episode 1, season 2. And suddenly though, currently was kind of a focused character than actual main character. Like it kind of rolled back in, but time rolled back out most of the time because currently was kind of a big kid most of the time. You know, like she was just selfish kid. She was I know she was pretty like a monkey kind of like she wanted something, and the parents gave it her whatsoever. And suddenly though, that the Carmelia, she was back in the third season. Yeah, I said it right. She was back in the third season. So basically, it was that kind of a, a big reveal that she was that she returned in the second season. No surprise. And yeah, I was saying, what the heck? Why is she on the third season? I thought she never forgot. But then though, she was like a leader, a Girl Scout leader, most of the time to get to be control over the kids. And I thought, okay, why is this a plot? So anyway, they met the third cousin or a sister or brother or something from the Quagmires from season 2. And Sido, they met him, and Sido they went to somewhere else. I don't know, and went to that thing that caught fire most of the time because villains did it, and Sido just kept on like finding a way to get Sonny back from Cal Olaf and his henchmen. And then suddenly though, thank God that the henchman was quit being henchman for Cal Olaf. They all quit except for one, that's Hooky. That was Hooky, sorry. That he's still with Cal Olaf because of his own further plot whatsoever. So anyway, yeah, and also that that was the end of episode part 2, and now I'll come up with another season that I might pull up here. Might have forgot or not. Here it goes. No, what was the other season? The other episode was. Gotta pull up here. I think it was. Kind of see what's there. Now it's Grim Grotto. If you haven't read the books lately, because it's called Grim Grotto, well, this one's about a young submarine captain with ties to the VFD reveals he's looking for the Sugar Bowl. Well, if you caught up with the season already, that Cal Olaf mistress was looking for Super Bowl most of the time for season 2 to season 3. So I basically had nothing to say to her, so basically I move on. But so is MC Squire. So MC Squire was she was part of a city thing, and we're down now work for Count Olaf, and then she moved out the city and goes with Count Olaf because someone was kind of married to her, but she was now she left him. Don't know why. That was not a part of it whatsoever. So anyway, yeah. So it was Grim Goto in the season in episode 3. Yeah, it was Grim Goto. So not if you guys read the books already, Grim Goto was another chapter to something. So it's about a submarine, and actually it was actually a girl helping out with the Baudelaires most of the time. Like I'm a big fan of Secret Fortune myself, but this is a really good one right here. So the submarine part was kind of good. It was bland, but it was good most of the time. So I actually loved that. I actually loved that. I actually loved that episode. I really do, because it does tie in with a new plot within a new disguise that Count Olaf was in. He was the captain. No surprise. So anyway, yeah. So he was captain, and Esmeralda Esquire was a design artist or something. I don't know. But I can tell you episode part 2 that Esmeralda Esquire wanted to demolish all the kids who was inside the burning house most of the time. He wanted to kill them all for once. And 1 sec, had to edit this out anyway. Sorry, I'm back. So anyway, so that's why I want to find the kids and kill them all before Count Olaf finds out that they're still alive most of the time. So anyway, so back to Grim Goto. Grim Goto was the biggest episode ever. So I'm saying oh God, yeah. So there was a submarine captain. Well, actually, her father died most of the time off screen. I don't know how, but he died. So anyway, it was like a painting of him what it looks like. It was kind of good most of the time, but it reveals that the captain and the hook guy from the one of those Count Olaf henchmen was the brother and sister who survived most of the time. So actually, the hooky was telling his backstory of how he got both hands demolished by the fire. So it was kind of backstory was kind of good. Tell details how the fire got exploded most of the time. It does really happen that way. Well, actually, nothing else to do. So anyway, so you want the backstory. It's something though that it was kind of a big hit and miss most of the time. I'm sorry I kept saying hit and miss because it's really that good. So anyway, then the Baudelaires want to check out something, but I don't know. The whole plot was so ridiculous. So anyway, so now Konolov and his mistress would come in the submarine, want to capture the Baudelaires, but after that, they actually escape. So in between that, this scene was kind of like a hard scene most of the time. So they were captured by Medusa something whatever, and they were captured by it, but suddenly the only one to get sick. But not the Baudelaires. They actually have cured themselves with horseradish. Well, wasabi most of the time. So anyway, So actually, Wasabi was the cure to actually have most of the time a big hit and miss. So I could say more, but it really does have a different morals to it though. Like if you get sick, there's a cure for it. If you have a cure, just drink it or eat it. So anyway, so thank God that Sunny survived from the sickness, and Sunny though that was kind of like that one, boy, it was a lot of things. Now part two of Grim Goto, when Sunny Fate is hanging in the balance, Violet and Klaus face to find a life-saving antidote and learn the location of the last safe place. So, so actually, when they actually came out of the water, they're trying to find the way to stop the villains most of the time by creating a sound that is like a legend most of the time. The Great Unknown, I don't know why they're calling that. But anyway, the Cloud and Sunny and Violet came out of the water and found the last safe place called the beach. So I would call the Breaking Beach or something. I don't know. So they came out from the beginning of where they actually are, and actually it was kind of a big tie-in to the big story of what happened. What happened to them. So actually, that that Mr. Poe was there, thank God. And then there was a new one called Kit. It was Kit Snicket. So Kit Snicket was there, trying to pick. They constantly and Violet trying to pick which one to go with, to Poe or Kit Snicket. Well, they're finally choosing, and now they pick Kit Snicket to be the wild kind of like a wild guardian to be with. So he said that was like a new chapter. So he was right, a new chapter. So actually it was a new chapter. So then to try to find the last safe place, that was the hotel. I'm sorry, that was the actual name of it. I don't know why. So now that was the end of it. So now let's go to Penelopement Pier, Part 1. So various parties coverage at a hotel. The hotel Tenement, I don't know what it is, where the mysterious JS has called the VSD together, and things aren't always what they seem. Alright, so actually that in the hotel they're finally arrived in, they're trying to find the name GS. The Josh Nickett or something else. Josh Nickett was dead from season 2, so it doesn't matter at all. So anyway, try to find a GS sign with it, what's called GS Justice, nothing else. But finally, after all that, they never find it until part 2 comes up. I might say now. When part 1, I say part 1 is kind of a confusing kind of stuff right now. Well, part 1 is kind of like confusing stuff because it does have, really does have confusing plots to it. Like, from one thing, Sunny is about to find something in the first floor, and Violet trying to find something in the up deck from the pool, and Sunny though, Klaus wants to see something from the second floor. Well, to see is the principal from season 2, and actually principal, and also that mistress, and they're trying to find Babs from season 2, and she's returned for most of the time, of course. And Sunny though, all that time for season 2, the characters come back, but it does have different ideas with it. But to myself, saying, why did they actually come back from another season? Like, I was like confused about that point. So anyway, so that was the end of part 1. So let me see part 2 is kind of deal with this. So big secrets are revealed that when Kamalov goes on trial in the hotel lobby, the Baudelaires are the first to take the stand. But will justice be served? Okay, so in part 2, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do things in order, out of order. So you might know about this. So Kamalov was in the lobby, and he trying to convince that the Baudelaires was the one who burned out everything. So Kamalov was kind of funny at the end, at some parts of it. Some parts of it, like he trying to be like some clumsy whatsoever. But the Baudelaires don't take it as often. So actually, the Baudelaires was actually one to do with this. So actually, I'm gonna say that was kind of really clever ideas to know that Klaus is really that a serious fortune event guy. So kid or whatsoever. So anyway, that Count Olaf wanted to convince the kids that there are the reasons that it all happened, but the kids are trying to get Count Olaf to be guilty or not guilty. So basically, it was kind of each which, you know. So then, like, Count Olaf wanted to turn back to them, but actually the kids want to turn back to Count Olaf, see what they're guilty. But big reveal that the judges on top of the way on top here was the mentors of Count Olaf, who made them like that. So anyway, after that, the big reveal, what JS stands for, Justice Sprouts, the one who is like take care of them. But actually, the big reveal that the big sad ending of part 1, that the third manager, who is like one of them closest, whoever read the books, please comment below and say I read the books. So actually, the third manager died from a harpoon, who actually have dangerous ideas the most of the time. So the manager died in a harpoon. Like I can't how many death scenes they have. Like it's a kid show for God's sake. It's not a horror show. It's a kid show for God's sake. It never showed blood into someone's deaths. Okay, like really. So anyway, the third manager died trying to find a trial who did it. So it was Count Olaf and Slindo. He was kind of finding different ends. So Count Olaf was the one who killed the manager, who was the manager of all hotels, and Slindo, that Carmelita was a whole big thing. So Carmelita and Esmel Squire is the one who put birds inside the sausages, who made them sick whatsoever. So that was kind of a big twist at the end. Before the end, that was a big twist. That after all, they're trying sausages, they're not sausages, they're like bird stuff. They're trying to stuff it in. Most of the time, they're trying to poison them. I said it was kind of clever most of the time. So after that, it was like about chapter 2, about a trial. So after that, it would become up with the end. So at the end, everything ties up. That the narrator of all the series reveal himself as their guardian or something whatsoever. Well, actually turns out to be the guy who is narrating the whole story with no whatsoever. So that's why the kids don't see him that often. So anyway, so at the end of the last season, called The End, obviously this thing comes in. The final chapter takes the orphans to a deserted island, a place of lost lives, old stories and new beginnings. It all ends here. So at the end, it was kind of a big ending the most of the time. I know it was kind of a big twist most of the time. It actually is. So anyway, at the end, it was kind of a big thing because the orphans wind up in the island most of the time. I don't know why, but they do. So trying to capture an island. So I was shocked that they helped Count Olaf, the one who was after the fortune, saved them from the fire of the hotel. So actually, like they actually saved him. And it's funny though, all of a sudden, the kids. Let me say it again. The kids have a sailboat to rescue Count Olaf. Well, that was not a bad idea because Count Olaf was about to die. Well, I want him to die most of the time because of his own mysterious ways to get their fortunes out of. Trying to kill them, trying to fire them, trying to kill them for God's sake. What the heck? It's not a kid. It's not even a horror film. It's a kids film, a goddamn kid film. There's no depths. There's no shooting. There's no killing. No nothing. It's only a kids film. Okay, do not put this in my head right now. So anyway, Takano was a good guy now because as all Kit Snicket was pregnant. So that's a big reveal. So anyway, Takano was only one, but the kids was sickness of all the Medusa zone. I don't know if I'm saying it right. So he was dying. But suddenly the snake was in there trying to save her kids by an apple. Okay, the apple, that's good. So the apple saved him by dying. So take one bite, take another bite, take another bite. After that, they all took a bite, and he wanted to save all the orphans. So anyway, the Congo was killed. That the leader of the island killed Count Olaf most of the time with a harpoon. So why there's no many deaths around the scene? My God! First we got a manager who died, and then we got a manager who died. Second, we got a madam something Lulu died from lions, and now we have Count Olaf dying in the harpoon. Okay, this gotta stop right now. The whole thing is not a kid show. It's a horror show. They make blood of it? They do. Okay. So anyway, the Count Olaf got hit by a harpoon, and after all that, it does have happier after. But it does happen that the kid dies after birth. That does happen. It does happen all the time. But anyway, so after that, that the Bowlers would take care of the baby from Kit Snicket, who might be the only one who did it. So anyway, Count Olaf, the Count Olaf was not dead after all. He was a survivor. But after that, he was dead, and thank God he was dead because I wanted to get nowhere else for the kids. So in the end scene, it has the flashback to to where the parents were at the island. Well, actually reveals at the VFD island most of the time because the eye symbol. So anyway, so the parents were there at the VFD, we're trying to get off the island because of known Meredith. So trying to get back home, but at the end, it played out differently. It was Sunny, the baby. It was Sunny baby, and then Sunny named the baby named Beatrice. That was kind of a great name. And Sunny that's the Beatrice and Sunny and Klaus and Violet was in a boat all together trying to survive, trying to get out of the island. Much good. It was kind of a big hit and miss most of the time. I really am. So that was the end of the story. No wait, there was more. That the narrator met the only survivor from the fire, and it was one of the Bowlers. So he was telling the story of the Bowlers to begin, but with a twist. So it could phase out whatever at the end. So anyway, so that was the whole story of how the whole thing goes on to. Thank God not starting with all the way to begin, where to start, whatsoever. So that was the end of it. You guys hoping to watch my video so far? I did hope so. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and so yeah. So we're talking about the whole thing about the series of world events. Season 1 is good. Season 2 is really good. Season 3, if you guys are so mistreated about everything, watch season 1 and 2. Season 3 was a big heart reveal most of the time. But if you're good enough, please watch season 3. Season 3 is the best thing ever. Best season ever, I gotta say. So anyway, so guys, we'll put a comment below. Who is your favorite villain? Is it Carmelia, Count Olaf, or Emmesley Squire? So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. Bye.